Hello everyone and welcome to Old Guy Paintball. My name is Craig and I'll be your host. This week's episode is going to be a continuation of somewhat to what last week's episode was. Quick review, last week I covered the NXL's return to TV on a major network. And right after that video, an announcement came out that basically stated that the NXL, Major League Paintball, was in negotiations with Dana White and the UFC about creating a possible new format or a new show similar to what he does with his programming for paintball. Now, paintball generally doesn't have a lot of rumor mill that, is kind of unfounded, but one of the things that this is intriguing is this is a major step that could take paintball to a new direction. We don't know for sure if this was already in the works before the ESPN video, or it just became started after because of maybe they got good viewings or he saw something that might be intriguing to him. It could also just be that they're talking to him in a sense of can they get ideas on how to grow paintball as a sport, kind of like how he had done with the UFC. Anybody not familiar with the UFC, Dana White took that basically from an unknown sport and turned it into just a huge network. They have their own network pretty much for doing their own shows on some aspects of it, for training for future fighters. They also have their own facility in Vegas called the Apex, which they do shows from, and of course they do pay-per-views. So it's a very large, well-run organization, and even if something doesn't materialize, just talking to him could be huge for paintball and developing the technique to maybe making it a bigger, more well-known on TV kind of sport, or just way to enhance it through the network of Go Sports as it is right now. So I give Tom Cole and his staff kudos for exploring this as an option. The best way to grow paintball, again, continues to be getting it out into mainstream public, so people who maybe have never seen the sport or are not very familiar with it can see how paintball is played, how exciting it can be, and how much fun it can be. So this is a huge issue going forward. Like I said, even if they don't actually make a deal for something, because there's a lot of logistics that have to go on. I mean, the format we have now could change, and how they do things could be very well impacted by a different deal. But still, just talking to him and getting ideas is probably a very proactive thing for paintball. And with that being said, one thing we should look at the state of paintball right now is it's kind of at the crossroads. On one hand, we could stay the status quo and kind of slowly trickle along like it's been going on for the past couple of years. Or we could take another branch and maybe try to expand paintball into new markets and draw new viewership. And eventually, new participants. So it is kind of an interesting position where paintball's at right now. Personally, I think paintball is in a decent position to grow. These are very positive things that have happened in the past, 2-3 months. And it's a huge change from the past 2 or 3 years from COVID and the post-COVID area. We saw a big decline in paintball. And the problem with that was fields closed and some of the brick and mortar places shut down. Why? Like everything else, they just couldn't sustain business without participants and people buying things. So the industry did take a pretty big hit on the chin, like many sports did and many other functions out there, because people can't always get what they want during that time period. So going forward, I think the biggest thing people can ask is, how can I support paintball? How can I help paintball grow and promote the sport? Well, first and foremost, channels like this, Old Guy Paintball. I'm thankful for everyone who has supported me, liked my videos, left comments, sent me emails. I know I'm a smaller channel. I'm just starting out. I'm learning as I go, but I'm having a good time doing it, and I appreciate the support that people are giving me, and I'm continuing to try to produce content that people would be interested in. There are other channels on social media you can hit. There are other paintball channels, and you can take part in one of those. Also on Facebook, find your local team, find your local fields, find organizations. I run Erie Coast Paintballers. I'm in Northern Ohio, and this basically covers from northern part of Pennsylvania, Northern Ohio, Eastern Michigan, and my page is trying to support all the paintball fields, paintball players in my region, and I try to upload information about activities and different things going on so that people can get out and find places to play. And it helps interact with other players and helps put people in contact with other people. You could do the same thing by supporting a local channel, a local Facebook page, a local organization, and supporting your local paintball businesses. The bottom line is without participants paying, they just will not be able to survive. So being proactive with paintball is really everyone's job, and we should do everything we can to try to help the sport grow and support people who are trying to help promote the sport. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of do a quick wrap up. Today was a quick show for me, but I think paintball is in a very good spot to grow, and it's because of people like you that are willing to give people like me and others the chance to help promote the sport. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives you something to think about. So please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the current and upcoming content that I will be offering. I have some videos coming up. I believe next week I'm going to try and do my first gear review on the HK Sonic Hopper. I also have some other content I'm going to be discussing here in the future about things I think that can make paintball better for the NXL if it's going to be a mainstream sport, and just some other general topics that I'm working on right now. So once again, thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you on the paintball field soon.